Hi everyone, Ken, Active Newcastle. Here we are again with our taster sessions. Today's session is back and neck combined, especially aimed at those who have been sitting down maybe a bit too much, but especially for all our desk workers who, get bad posture sometimes because they have to sit basically all day. So it's going to hit those areas that I've just mentioned, and a few additional ones like the hip flexors, which tend to get cramped when you're in a seated position. We're going to have a few things to help stretch those out. So we're going to dive straight in. However, they're suitable for most people. Work at your own pace, stop if you would need to. All participation is at your own discretion. Some modifications will be given, but generally just ease off, take a break. That is the modification that guides all of the movements. So without any other time, without wasting any more time, we'll just dive straight in. The first one, you'd be familiar with this, the shrug. So head away from the body before you shrug. So don't be sitting in, keep the spaces, up, back, down and around. You'll all be familiar with this, up, back, down and around. Keeping that head in a good posture. Then in the opposite direction, I'm going to turn a little so you can see. I'm sure you're familiar with this. Rotating. Remember, we're mobilised joints, so we're mobilising this joint and another one to the back. As many times as you need, back and forward. I suggest you keep however many forward, keep an equal number back. We're moving on to the upright row without a weight. Excellent postural exercise. Up and relax. Elbow leads the way. Comfortable spine. Never hold your breath. Breathe in as the chest expands and a gentle breath out. Nasal diaphragm breathing wherever possible. And relax, as many as you need. Very familiar, big circle. Excellent shoulder and neck mobilizer. Those big muscles of the shoulder blades and scapula. Comfortable pace, under control, as many as you want. Switching directions as often as you would need. Keep the breathing with it and relax. Okay, so a little bit warm up there with mobility. Lift the hands. Elbows are the same height as the shoulder, ideally, but they can be under, but they don't need to be above. Retract the shoulder and relax. Retract the shoulder and relax. Let me show you from the side slightly. I'm not pulling the arms, I'm squeezing the shoulders and relaxing. Not pulling the arms, squeezing the shoulders and relaxing. From the other side, if I come all the way around, using the shoulder blade, scapula and the muscles around it and the shoulder girdle to pull the arms back. Excellent for posture. Keep the head in the centre and relax. Now we're going to do one that you're partially familiar with, 45-degree row. This time we've done a double arm. This time we're going to do it single arm. So good neutral standing posture, 45 degrees, sitting comfortably, hands in, one arm out, the other arm out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This is unilateral movement. That means on each side instead of both at the same time. It gives you other benefits. But this is a good basic movement to activate those back muscles that tend to switch off when we're sitting in a forward position. I'm going to do one more and relax. Come up, take a breath, we're nearly there. So that was the 45-degree row. This time we're going to rotate the spine. You'll be familiar with the one with the hands down, and that's a good option. But you can also have hands to the front, everything in the same direction. Hands to the side, head to the side. So the head follows the body. Keep the hips steady so you get the rotation through the spine and relax. Please do as many of those as you need and use the modification if you choose to. That's a very, very good option as well. From there, we're going to go to a deadlift, but this is slightly different. No weight, and it's a supported deadlift. Very good for the absolute lower parts of the back. So let me try and show you. Hands are supported on the thighs, chin slightly up, looking in the direction, in a line with the spine. Push the bum back. Now go down, keep it in support here, bring it back up. Go down, middle of the socks, middle of the shin is as far as you'd want to go, but you don't have to go that far. Back up, hip thruster forward, squeeze those glutes. Remember, bad backs sometimes come from weak bum muscles, so we're squeezing those. Hip back, hip thrusts forward. squeezing the bum muscles. Go down to the point that suits you best. Keeping these hands here for support, and relax. Again, I wouldn't overdo that, but you could do more of those than you needed. So we're moving from the bodyweight deadlift to the hands on the desk. Let's make use of the desk, especially if it's what's caused us to have tension in our necks. So moving towards the desk, hands on the desk, make sure you're supported, room behind, step away. You might need to practice this a few times till you find out how far away you need to be to suit. Everyone's different. Let the head come in natural neutral position. Let the body drop. It might only go to here, but it might go all the way. Fantastic stretch, that one, when you've been at the desk all day. Target so many areas, but it gets the thoracic as well, the upper part, the middle part of the back and neck, which gets very tense with desk work. Sometimes you might just want to get up and do one of these exercises, and this would be a great one just to do as a single basic exercise. Coming back up, walking in for support, and relax. And to finish, we're going to do some stretch ups. So I'm basically going to take a slight step forward so I could lift my toe if I needed to, and I'm just going to bring the hands together. You don't need to interlink the fingers. Breathe out, stretch up, breathe out, come up on the toes, stretch back, full spinal stretch, and relax. This is the one I mentioned for the hip flexor. It's a real good stretch for the hip flexor. There, you can see how it would stretch where you've been sitting down in that muscle all day. And relax, especially if you're sitting with your knees tucked under a desk. Again, on the other side, hands ready, breathe out. Excellent stretch for the back with the glutes squeezing in and the hip flexor, so there's additional muscle groups working, all beneficial. And one last one, stretch, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ready everyone? Before we finish, breathe in, and a steady breath out, and relax. That's it for the back and neck. As I say, it'll be suitable for most people. Work with discretion. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up, leave a comment below. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe, turn the notifications on so you won't miss anything, and check out the links in the description below for all of Active Newcastle's videos. We've got videos on just about every type of exercise coming. If they're not here, they're on their way. Different lengths to suit everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that today. I hope you find it was useful. Pick the movements you need and you'll find they're very, very good for relaxing the back and the neck area, especially when we've been in a chair for a bit too long. Thanks for watching today. Thank you all.